This is it, man. It's about 5-hour pulled pork. I need a sandwich. All right, guys, it's Tim back with Blues Hog and Gateway Drum Smokers, and today we're cooking pork butt. We're really not gonna do any trimming on this. This is a backyard pulled pork video, so it's literally ready to go. As you can see, it's about an 8-pounder. It's got a nice fat cap on it. There's really no need for me to do any trimming on that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing injected. And you don't have to inject, but I would highly recommend injecting your pork butt. It's gonna add flavor and moisture throughout the cook. So I'm gonna take this Blues Hog pork marinade, which we use in competitions and at home all the time. I'm gonna add 2 capfuls to about 20 ounces of water. Go ahead and shake that up. And you can do this the night before, or you can do this about an hour before you cook it. And then we'll just start injecting this pork butt almost everywhere, just move it around. So the pork butt is going to consist of several different muscle groups. This one obviously over here on the opposite end of the bone is your money muscle, is what the comp guys refer to because it's your most tender muscle. The meat right here in the middle is going to be a leaner muscle. So you want to make sure you hit that one extra heavy because it's going to be the first one to actually dry out. So the next thing we're going to do is put the rub on it. And obviously our best rub for pork is going to be our sweet and savory. This gives you the typical barbecue flavor balance of salt, sugar, a little paprika. This is going to be your all-purpose barbecue seasoning. You can't go wrong with this on literally any meat. It's what we use on all of our competition meats and ribs, pork, chicken, everything. So you can give that a pretty heavy dose. Basically this thing is rubbed, it's injected, it's ready to go on the smoker. We've got our charcoal set up, we've got our wood chunks on. It's time to get cooking. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the direct side, if you will. I've got my pan over here and my pork butts over here. And we're gonna let that smoker come up to temp slowly. And that's the key to controlling your temperature. If we get too much coal lit at one time before we put the meat on, we're gonna be choking down the air as opposed to letting it run clean and efficient and sipping and drawing air like we want it to right now. So go ahead and put the lid on. Top goes wide open. And the intakes, we're gonna slowly start dialing those in until we get to about a 1/4 inch on each side, and that should run about 300 degrees all day with no problem. All right guys, we're at that 1 hour mark on our pork butt. We've been running a pretty good 300, maybe a little stronger. And you can see we've already got some beautiful color going on. The rub is starting to tack up. It's not quite there yet, and it's been right at an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and try to give this a flip. Oh yeah. Really like that color on the fat cap. Again, we're getting it to kind of start to develop a little bit of char and a little bit of bark on the outside. By flipping it over, I'll get that direct heat off the fat cap. The fat cap is to the point where it's almost ready to start dripping onto our coals. So when that happens, it's kind of your indicator of to either flip it over or to move it over your indirect side. And you'll notice that in your smoke. Your smoke will go from kind of a bluish color from the wood and the charcoal to a thick white, kind of a greasy smoke look to it. So if we flip it over and we cut off the drippings a little bit from the fat cap, that's going to help control our smoke and keep it more of a wood smoke. A little bit of that flavor from the meat is really good, but it can get to be too much in a hurry if it gets too thick or heavy. All right, so it's been almost 2 hours on our pork butt. Got some nice looking color on the fat cap side. Just as nice on the meat side. You guys can see here. That bark is slowly starting to set up as well. I'm gonna give him about another 30 minutes just to finish setting up that bark. Okay, so we're at the 2 hour mark on this pork butt. We flipped it back over. And that right there, folks, looks good to me. See how we've got nice color. Good color, a little bit of sizz on there. That looks nice. No burning. You got that fat starting to sizzle up like we want it. All right, guys, the butt's been on for 2 hours. The color looks perfect. The rub is tacked up pretty well. It's got some nice char to it, a little bit of sizz. Actually, it looks really awesome, and it smells even better. So now, I love wrapping in Tennessee Red. This has been our go-to wrap for a long, long time. This is gonna give us that vinegar flavor, which goes perfectly on pulled pork. It's got a little sugar in it as well, a little sweet, and a little bit of spice also. So go ahead and do that. Today I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of our pork marinade as well. So I'm just gonna take about a capful of that. I'll do about 2 capfuls to about 20 ounces of water, just like we did for the injection. I'm gonna mix that up. Mix that up and just add a little bit of extra moisture in here, some liquid. Go ahead and double wrap it so it doesn't leak. Just wrap it up tight. Setting back on there. The pan's over here, my direct's over here. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the grate about every 30 minutes. So it gets a little bit of direct, a little indirect, kind of keep that heat even. All right guys, we're at the 5-hour mark on this pork butt. We've had it unwrapped on there for about 2 hours. We wrapped it up in foil for the last 3 hours. It's time to check him out. So how do you know if it's done? Well, you want your probe to slide in like butter. Typically we're gonna be around 210 to 212, and that's where we're at. Another good indicator is whether or not that bone pulls out clean, and look at that, it sure does. Clean bone means she's probably done. Moist, juicy pork. Let's get it off there and give it the treatment. All right guys, we got the butt off. Fat cap came off, which is okay. This pork is done. You can add seasoning, you can add sauce, you can add whatever you want at this point. If I add seasoning, usually I add the sweet and savory. You could add original or Cajun, whatever you like. The Tennessee Red is a fantastic sauce to mix on here. To mix it all together makes awesome pulled pork. From there you can take it whichever angle you want, whether it's Smoky Mountain or raspberry chipotle or original. That choice is yours, but this is it, man. It's about 5-hour pulled pork. Again, let that thing rest and it's ready to go. I'm gonna try it straight up. It's right on the money. Every time. Tons of flavor, good moisture, just like that.